950 horsepower engine. That's what this thing has. It's a Terex RS950B, as in boy.
Okay. I always turn the master switch off, which is
Where is it?
would be under this big gray hood here.
Okay. Well, I'm not, these guys will know, right? They're gonna drive it off, but...
Yeah. Well, something I should get a...
Great. See, I asked the gentleman to kindly help me with this thing because I know it's gonna go down. See those bits over there? Very sharp. So we put 2 old ties underneath, so that should keep them in place. Because from here it's basically 1,600 kilometers or 1,000 miles. So the thing weighs about 75,000 pounds. It's a used machine, so a Canadian company bought this in the States. So now I just gotta tie it down. 4 pairs of chains, 2 pairs in the back, 2 in the front. And then we're gonna get rock and rolling. Okay, I secured my timbers. I had to take the chains off. I had to take the chain off because the wheels were gonna go over. But I did not have to move my heavy timbers in the back, so just reconnected the chain. So I did the front. There's 4 chains in the front, short ones, like 2. I'll show later. 2 on each side. And now I'm using these clamps. Put it in there. I'm gonna hook them to my D-rings on in the middle. I got 2 D-rings next to my bucket trough. I'll show you guys in a second. So I got 2 chains hooked up like this. And now all I need to do is just hook up 1 chain in here and hook it up to the side of the trailer. So 4 in the back, 4 in the front. Should be more than enough. Well, that's what it looks like once I'm done. And I always try to protect my chains. I don't let them come in contact with each other or the load. Let me show you the other side, because here the chain was touching this, I don't know what it's called. You guys, the door or the screen. You see right here? So if I don't put anything in there, this thing will be moving a little bit and it can damage my chain, and then I have to throw it out and buy a new one, and they're pretty expensive. By the way, whenever you, as a heavy hauler, whenever you find these things, you keep them, you know. Usually you get them at some shippers will give them to you. You know, like you're picking up a load at the factory. You're picking up a load at the factory. Sorry, the wind. I know it's bad for my mic and this GoPro. So when you pick up a load at the factory, usually they have a whole bunch of, you know, rubbers and stuff like that, and pieces of very thick fabric. Like I love these ones. Probably had them for like at least 2 years. And once I found like big ones, and I just cut them with a knife to become really handy. Oh yeah, and this is what I did in the front. And you don't want to damage anything, so I always ask the shipper, because they have their own lowboy truck. I said, okay, where do you guys put the chains usually, so that, you know, not to damage. So that's what we do. We put 2 chains in here on each side, and we put, he says, we cross 1 chain in the back, basically. So they use 3 pairs of chains. And I said, well, I don't know if that's enough, because mine chains are 11,300 WLL, so 3 would be enough for a 66,000 pound load. This is 75, so 3 is not enough. 4 is enough for 88,000 pounds. So overkill, which is exactly the way I like it. Keep it safe, keep it secure. And another trick I learned, it's best not to tie down machines when the trailer is on the ground, because I'm gonna lift it, it's gonna shift. So now I'm gonna I'll have to check all the chains once I'm connected. But this was, you know, this way was very easy to get to my chains and binders. That's why I left it like this. So okay, now let's go hook up, and then I need to find a truck stop with a scale. My dispatch needs my axle weights for the permit, because some of the permits they charge you by the ton and the mile. So the heavier you are, the heavier is the more expensive is the permit. So you don't want to buy, you know, for too much weight. So you want to buy just maybe over what you have, you know. And I know approximately I'm probably around 122,000 gross. I'm gonna be 47.4 the truck and trailer plus this, let's say 75. But it's always hit and miss. First attempt, I got the pins. Now we're gonna raise the arm. And then we activate the pin. That's the main pin that holds the gooseneck over there. Now it's up. See, it didn't go fully in, but it will once I raise it a little bit, up and down, up and down. Now we're gonna raise the trailer. It sits on the ground. Oh, I have a feeling that the pin went in. Yeah, see, the pin is down. Because the gooseneck shifted a little bit. The 13 horsepower Honda is doing her job. Okay, normally I always try to hook the hoses after the trailer off the ground. Why? Because once you connect the air hoses, the air will go in the system and the trailer will start sliding and filing the metal off, like over here. But once it's up, and then I can hook up my brake and air hoses. Now we just need to choose the, hold on, we just need to choose the right height. I usually, when it's heavy, I usually go over the second one, otherwise it's going to be too low. And you don't want to push it too much. That's what the book says, otherwise you can damage these. Just as long as they touch, right? That's it, that's good enough. Okay. Now I can shut this off. And I already moved my fifth wheel. The fifth wheel is all the way in the front, basically second axle. Why? Because I'm going to be using my pusher, and this way on this particular truck with the setback front axle, the weight is like perfect. Oh, one more thing I have to do, I have to tie down my support arm, this one, and then I have to check the chains, because I'm pretty sure some of them are loose now when the machine is up. And then I gotta put up my signs and flags, turn on my lights, and last thing, I gotta measure the height, make sure that I'm not too tall. And then I'm gonna look at the trailer. There's a beautiful 4-axle lowboy with a 3-axle truck. I want to see what kind of spacings they use on the trailer. $60. Wow, that's cool. See, on my trailer it's 54, and sometimes I wish I had 60 because you get more weight per axle. We got 3 axles with one flip, and this is a Trail King. Pretty much same design, same levers. Oh, runs on hydraulics. Oh, I see the bar, the way the bar is designed, it hits it over here. So once you move the truck, you're screwed. You cannot, because this thing will be there. So that's not very good. I like my design better, because on my design it hits the side rails, which gives you more flexibility. Well, that's that. That's just to show you guys very strong wind today. Okay, I'm all loaded, secured, flags are up, signs are up. Okay, I measured my width, my height, checked that everything is cool. Now one last thing to do. See how many things there is, you know, to do when you are, like, I'm always going through like a mental checklist, you know. Did I forget anything, you know? And by the way, the way we load these things, that was the recommendation of the shipper. You just push the tires into here to prevent it from, you know, moving. So my axles are down, everything's cool. Okay, yeah, one last thing I gotta do is I gotta go in the truck and sorry for the wind, and print out my permits. That's what I have to do. To some states recognize digital copy, so you can just show it to them on the phone or on the tablet, but some states specifically say paper copy, must carry a paper copy of this permit on his or her person. This is just my luck. This town, Belgrade, Minnesota, has a population of 972 people, and as I'm leaving, trying to turn on this little street, I happen on this lady. Like, what are the chances? Yeah, in case someone's wondering and have not seen any of my previous videos, that's the sound of the lift axle. I got a lift when I'm turning because it's a traditional axle. If I don't lift it, the front of the truck will slide. And I've already decided that my next truck, if there's gonna be a next truck, but I'm only 54, I'll probably be trucking, I don't know, past 60 with the current economy. So 6 more years, let's say, to 60. So this one is already 2 years old. So yeah, probably I will get another truck after this one. After this one is paid off. So 2 changes I have in mind right now. Yeah, 15-liter engine, 600 horsepower, 2260 torque. That's pounds per foot. Heavier front axle because it keeps creaking, making noises. I don't like it. And 46 drives.
Turn left.
And I'm toying with the idea of getting an automatic transmission because nowadays I think they're pretty advanced. Like the earlier ones were, you know, kind of like hazy, shaky, didn't work properly, were too expensive to repair.
US 71, Highway 71.
But nowadays, if you look at all the construction machinery, like excavators, you know, dozers, everything has automatic transmissions, you know? Just like all cars, like 99% of all personal vehicles. So I think it's time to rethink our obsession with manual transmissions. Oh yeah, why I started saying that is that the lift axle I want to get the new type, which is self-steer. It's a self-steer axle with two big single tires. And then you don't have to lift them, so you know you don't kill your truck, because of course, okay, this is not too heavy, but imagine if I had like, I don't know, 85,000 pounds, and then I have to go around the corner, so I lift the axle, so now all this weight goes on my drives, which is not good. Of course it's only like for, you know, 30 seconds, but still, with a self steer, even though it's like $10,000 more, it's just better for the truck, you know, you don't have to lift it. That's what I think. So next truck will be, I'm thinking, kind of like no expense spared. You know, something really comfortable inside, like leather, you know, I don't know, very lots of noise insulation. I know you can get that. But I don't like this fancy stuff outside, you know, like chrome and stuff like that. I go by the function. Like, I have all aluminum wheels. Why? Because they're light, and I'm in Canada. Steel rims rust, you know. So just it's a tool, right? The truck, it's a tool. But I think before I change the truck, I'll probably change the trailer, because the trailer is a bit older and technology changes all the time. But anyway, so the most difficult part was getting here, 1,000 miles. So loading the machine, loading is done. So now I'm heading to the straightest way to I-94. That's what my permit prescribed. And there's a M-Best truck stop, and allegedly it has a scale, because I need to scale my truck, and then I'm gonna send the info to my dispatch so that they can order the other permits that I don't have yet. Like, I need Illinois, so I have Minnesota, Wisconsin, Indiana. Now I need Illinois and Michigan. And that's it. So this is we're gonna finish here. So this is the end of day one, let's just call it day one, with this Terex machine. And I'll do an update somewhere in the middle of the road, maybe tomorrow, or maybe I'll do unloading. So thanks for watching. I'm SERGEI DRATCHEV in the unlimited fields of Minnesota.